Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the top mistakes you should avoid in job interviews. Look, I get it. Job interviews can be nerve-wracking. You've got one shot to impress the hiring manager and land your dream job. But the good news is a lot of common job interview mistakes are totally avoidable. Whether you're a seasoned professional or a fresh graduate, these tips will help you ace your next interview. We're going to break down each mistake, why it can cost you the job offer, and most importantly, how to avoid it. Trust me, mastering these simple things can drastically increase your chances of landing that dream job. So if you're ready to ditch the interview jitters and show up as the most confident version of yourself, smash that like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, and let's get started. Alright, let's be real for a second. Failing to prepare for your job interview is like trying to build a house without a foundation. It's a recipe for disaster. You're walking into a room with people who are literally judging your every move, every word, trying to figure out if you're the right fit for their company. Do you really want to wing it in that situation? Imagine this. You're sitting across from the hiring manager and they ask you a really basic question about the company's mission statement. You stutter, stammer, and draw a complete blank. Not a good look, right? This is why doing your homework is non-negotiable. Before you even think about stepping foot in that interview room, you need to know the company inside and out. I'm talking about their mission, their values, their recent projects, their biggest competitors, everything. And don't just stop at their website. Go the extra mile. Check out their social media, read industry articles, and see what their customers are saying about them. The more you know, the more confident you'll feel. But here's the thing. Preparation isn't just about memorizing facts. It's about showing the interviewer that you're genuinely interested and invested in the opportunity. When you can speak intelligently about their company and the role, it demonstrates that you've taken the time to understand their needs and that you're eager to contribute. Trust me, interviewers can smell BS from a mile away. If you're just regurgitating generic answers, they'll know you haven't put in the effort. But if you can weave in specific details about the company and how your skills align with their goals, you'll stand out from the crowd. Remember, preparation is key. It's the foundation for a successful interview. So do your homework, show up prepared, and watch your confidence soar. Okay, let's talk about first impressions. You know the saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression? Well, it's true, especially in a job interview. And guess what plays a huge role in that first impression? You got it, your appearance. Now, I'm not saying you need to show up in a three-piece suit for every interview. The key is to dress appropriately for the company culture and the role you're applying for. Do your research. If you're interviewing at a tech startup where everyone rocks jeans and a t-shirt, showing up in a stuffy suit might make you look out of place. On the other hand, if you're interviewing at a law firm or a bank, you better believe a suit is expected. When in doubt, it's always better to err on the side of being slightly overdressed than underdressed. It shows that you're taking the opportunity seriously and that you respect the company's environment. But dressing appropriately isn't just about the clothes you wear. It's also about your overall grooming and presentation. Make sure your shoes are clean, your nails are trimmed, and your hair is neat. These small details might seem insignificant, but they can actually make a big difference in how you're perceived. Remember, your appearance is a reflection of your professionalism and attention to detail. By dressing appropriately and presenting yourself well, you're showing the interviewer that you care about making a good impression and that you're serious about the opportunity. Chapter 3. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been to a party where someone just talked about themselves the entire time, never bothering to ask you a single question? How did that make you feel? Probably not great, right? Well, the same principle applies to job interviews. Not asking questions at the end of an interview is like being that person at the party. It makes you seem disinterested, unprepared, and even a little bit arrogant. Think about it. The interview is a two-way street. It's an opportunity for both you and the employer to get to know each other and see if there's a good fit. Asking thoughtful questions shows that you're curious, engaged, and genuinely interested in the role and the company. Plus, it gives you a chance to gather valuable information that can help you make an informed decision about whether or not the job is right for you. Now, I'm not talking about asking generic surface-level questions that you could easily find the answers to on the company's website. I'm talking about asking insightful, thought-provoking questions that demonstrate your understanding of the role, the company, and the industry. For example, you could ask about the company's biggest challenges, their plans for growth, or the day-to-day responsibilities of the role. You could even ask the interviewer about their own experiences at the company and what they enjoy most about working there. The key is to ask questions that show you've been paying attention, that you're thinking critically, and that you're genuinely invested in the opportunity. Chapter 4. Let's talk about something that should be a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people slip up on this one, bad-mouthing your previous employers. Look, I know it can be tempting to vent about a bad boss or a toxic work environment, especially in the heat of the moment. But trust me, it's never a good look in a job interview. Here's the thing. When you badmouth a previous employer, it raises red flags for the interviewer. They start to wonder, if this person is willing to speak so negatively about their last job, what's to stop them from doing the same about us? It also makes you come across as unprofessional, immature, and even a little bit bitter. And let's be real, nobody wants to hire someone who's carrying around a bunch of negativity. Now, I'm not saying you have to pretend that every job you've ever had was sunshine and rainbows. If you're asked about a challenging work experience, be honest but diplomatic. Focus on the positive takeaways, the lessons you learned, and how you grew from the experience. For example, instead of saying, "My old boss was a micromanaging nightmare," you could say, "In my previous role, I learned the importance of clear communication and setting expectations up front." See the difference? Remember, the goal of a job interview is to present yourself in the best possible light. And that includes highlighting your professionalism, maturity, and positive attitude. So resist the urge to badmouth your previous employers, no matter how tempting it may be. Chapter 5. All right, let's talk about the importance of following up after a job interview. You've aced the interview, you're feeling good, and now you're just playing the waiting game, right? Wrong. Following up with a thank you note is not just a polite gesture, it's a strategic move that can give you a serious edge over the competition. Think about it. The interviewer probably met with a bunch of other qualified candidates. How are they supposed to remember you, and what made you stand out? A well-written thank you note is your chance to reiterate your interest in the role, highlight your key qualifications, and leave a lasting positive impression. It shows that you're professional, courteous, and genuinely interested in the opportunity. Now, I'm not talking about sending a generic one-size-fits-all email. Your thank you note should be personalized, sincere, and tailored to the specific interviewer and the conversation you had. Here are a few tips for writing a killer thank you note. First, send it within 24 hours of your interview. You want to strike while the iron is hot and your conversation is still fresh in the interviewer's mind. Second, keep it concise and to the point. The interviewer is busy, so don't waste their time with a long-winded email. Third, reiterate your interest in the role and why you're a good fit. Remind them of your key qualifications and how they align with the company's needs. Fourth, thank the interviewer for their time and consideration. Express your gratitude for the opportunity to learn more about the role and the company. And finally, proofread carefully before hitting send. Typos and grammatical errors can make you look careless and unprofessional. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more career advice and job interview tips. Remember, job interviews can be nerve-wracking, but they don't have to be. By avoiding these common mistakes and following the advice we've discussed, you can significantly increase your chances of landing your dream job. Remember to prepare thoroughly, dress appropriately, ask insightful questions, avoid speaking negatively about past employers, and always follow up. These small steps can make a world of difference in how you're perceived by potential employers. Good luck with your next interview.